So if you had to guess how long it would take to build a brand new smile, what would you say? 2, 3 surgeries over the next few years, months? I don't know. Well, how does one day sound? That is what Dr. Sean Keller of Smiles by Design says he can do for you. Check it out. You just never know when something's going to go amiss till you feel that awful pain. So my question to you is, who is a good candidate for this procedure? Is it someone who's had a bunch of problems or not at all?
Good candidates for this procedure are people who are already in a denture and don't know that there's something better out there. It could be somebody who needs a few implants and they've been having a lot of different problems going on and they're tired of having the work fail, or somebody who hasn't been in decades and they're afraid to find out what's going on. So this kind of helps them go to the fear by coming in and having one visit to have it all done.
And I think there's a lot of people who are worried and are scared to go. So hearing this sounds like a real benefit. What are the other benefits to your process?
I see a lot of patients come to me for the first time and they have 2 or 3 implants that are in there that they had placed, but then after the process, they got discouraged and never actually had the teeth put on. So they've got a few teeth left, a few implants in between them, and they've just got discouraged from the massive amount of time and money and never got it finished. So what's really, really nice about this procedure is once we settle on the plan, it's one day and you leave that day with your teeth. So there's no waiting, the infection's all gone. There's no chance to really build up fear to this because before you know it, you're done. To get a first-hand account of the process, I talked to one of Dr. Keller's patients, Chris Trevino, and his wife, Mindy.
We were on our plane to Arizona and I read this most amazing article about Dr. Keller and I was fascinated by his work and realized that he was in our hometown. And so it was just incredible to see what he was doing. And when Chris's tooth broke, we knew we needed to go see Dr. Keller.
From someone who's had a lot of dental work done, you got to be wondering how many shots, what kind of procedure. Did any of that go through your mind?
At the time, I had what I thought was a rock floating around in my mouth after having bit on a nacho. When I realized that I had just broken a tooth, I panicked. And I had a bunch of flashbacks from all the dental advice I'd gotten before. If you don't get this fixed, you're going to wind up having all your teeth replaced. And so there was all these things rushing through my mind. When Mindy had mentioned Dr. Keller and we came for that first consult and x-rays were done and I was shown everything that I was afraid of, I was given that reassurance by Dr. Keller that things were going to be fine. And it was an amazing experience to go through that process of having all those infections that we saw removed and just being healed from it.
The great thing is just seeing the confidence in him come back so quickly when he could chew without pain and he could look in the mirror and smile and see that beautiful smile and face that he has known his whole life, that for so long he's been hiding because of his teeth not being the way that he wanted them to be. I haven't ever seen him smile as much as I do now, and that's just amazing. I love that.
The same day process was, it wasn't as scary as I thought it might be. There was a regimen of medications to take beforehand, a very detailed and strict list of things that I needed to do before coming in, and so did those things. There's been other testimonies that have said, you know, you follow this process to avoid any complications, and came in. I was put under, if you will, and I woke up with a new set of teeth.
I mean, talking from someone who's had an implant or 2 in her life and how long and arduous that takes, this sounds like a dream, honestly. How do you feel now that you have your new smile? I mean, Mindy says you're smiling more than she's ever seen you. How do you feel?
Oh, I feel fantastic. I used to have issues with sinus infections. I don't anymore. It turned out the tooth that had broken had infection going up into my left sinus. It was dripping back, and for the longest time, I thought I was suffering from allergies and some sort of postnasal drip, but it was actually infection that was kind of making its way back there. There was this incessant cough. Today, that's pretty much gone. There's a greater degree of confidence in me as well, because I can smile a lot more. My teeth were in such bad shape back then that just to really smile was kind of an embarrassment for me. I wasn't really proud of the teeth I had then, but I am now.
In fact, we've had a few people say to him, "You have the most perfect smile I have ever seen," and they have no idea that he had even gone through that. And that's our great opportunity to share his story about Dr. Keller.
Are there other things that you couldn't do before that you can now?
Singing, that has improved quite significantly. I'm able to hit some higher notes than I ever used to be able to.
You're
before.
a singer?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
He would be coughing all the time while we were singing, before we were singing, after we were singing, and now his range has opened up so much. It's incredible. In fact, he's making me step up my game just to sing with him.
Well, if you want more information, Dr. Keller is offering a complimentary consultation just to New Day viewers. Just visit the website on our screen. Most things that are one size fits all in life don't actually fit, and that's especially true when it comes to weight loss plans. So we're going to introduce you to a customizable plan right after the break.
This portion of New Day Northwest is sponsored by Dr. Sean Keller, Smiles by Design.